Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Grala's Pit Viper Chevy for 2022. As always, take a look at the box. Once again, you have the generic crappy box. Made a total of 504 of these things. Anyways, let's get right down to the car itself. One of the craziest paint schemes we've gotten in a long time. Crazy and colorful. This reminds me of the old like Travis Pastrana paint schemes and stuff. This is, of course, the Money Team, which has something to do with Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if he's just an investor in the team or if he actually owns part of the team or whatever. But so this is just an insane looking car. The reason this car is all crazy is, of course, because it's, sponsored by Pit Viper sunglasses. So it has that kind of look of like the, tinting in the sunglasses with the fade and everything. But man, this car stood out on track by a large margin. Like, this was definitely not hard to spot during the Daytona 500. This ran in the Daytona 500 and then again at COTA. He only had one other race in this car, I believe, for the rest of the year, and that was the Coke 600 in a different patriotic paint scheme they didn't offer. And then you had Connor Daly running the Roval race in the fall with another paint scheme. They did offer that. I'm pretty sure it's getting made. I don't think it's gotten canceled yet, but unless that could be one of those cars they just kind of forgot to cancel. I don't know if they ever said if it met MOQ or not. But man, this car is just absolutely crazy in person. Neon, colorful. So this is definitely one of the craziest designs we've ever seen in NASCAR. But anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Pit Viper. This one actually does have the vents correct. That's nice. Got Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, number 50, and the Money Team. Down the side, you have Pit Viper. You got Mane and Tail. You got Powertronic. You got Street It and Pro LS Care. I do love cars like this, the random small team cars that have some of the most random companies you've never heard of on the car. On the seat post, you have mechanics wares. You got a ribbon, and I have no idea what that black and red logo is in the middle. You got pitviper.com, and sadly, this car is a little bit tainted with a stupid NFT logo on it. That's a shame. Anyways, on the B post, you have Chevy 1, the Money Team, Omni. The coolest thing on this car, a Starcom Racing logo. These are some of the Starcom cars from the next gen, so it actually has a Starcom Racing logo. We never got a Starcom diecast, but luckily that's immortalized one way or another. Then you have Pit Viper at the bottom of the B post. Got Grala's name, got the normal contingencies and such up front. Does have the inaccurate black tires, or at least I assume this ran with. I don't think this ran with the black rims. I think this ran with the gunmetal. I don't know. On the back, you have Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Got Pit Viper, Demand, Respect, and Authority. Got number 50 and the Money Team logo. Got Pit Viper again on the deck lid and nothing on the roof. This is number 407. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. So you got a Chevy bow tie under there. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously no deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Once again, one of those cars is not a whole lot to talk about. Just a really, really cool paint scheme. Like I said, this is super unique. The fact it's such a small team. This was their first start for the team, and it got made as a diecast and everything. I don't think anyone actually expected this one to be able to get offered, but luckily they were able to work with the team immediately. As you know, a lot of these small teams and startup teams, they don't really get offered a diecast, and if they do, they get canceled. So the fact this one got made was really cool. Is that having a company like Pit Viper in the sport is definitely cool too. Those kind of bigger, recognizable name sponsors are always fun. Said you could go get a Pit Viper sunglasses anywhere you want right now. I love sponsors like that you can go support. Hopefully this team comes back. Hopefully this team doesn't go the way of everything with, what is his name, John Cohen or whatever. Like you had that old Extreme Motorsports, and they were back with the New York team and New York Racing Team, and then he was back with Biffle this year before, I think, being on the run again. Hopefully this team isn't like that. Hopefully this team sticks around for a while. That this is like the ghost of Starcom Racing. The Money Team is just such a weird history team. It was just one of those teams, like I said, that was back in I want to say 2018. I think it was around Homestead of 2018 that there was there's going to be this new team called the Money Team, and Floyd Mayweather's involved. It's going to start in 2019, and then we get to 2019, nothing. And then 2020, nothing. And then randomly, I think one day Bob Pockers was this team's still looking, maybe they're going to partner with Spire and they're still going to come in. And everyone's like, yeah, sure they are. And then once again, 2022 or 2021, nothing. And then suddenly it was before the year in 2022, Bob Pockrass again came out or something, and it was just like, again, like the money teams, like looks like they're gonna try to race the Daytona 500, and they've got, you know, Kaz Grala as their driver, and everyone's like, what are the odds they actually show up to the track? And then boom, they actually showed up to the track. Even I think they revealed the paint scheme, and everyone was still just like, yeah, I don't see this team actually coming to the track, but they exist. They're finally here. Took like 4 or 5 years, but they're finally here, so hopefully they stay around. I said they didn't really run very well. If I remember correctly, the Daytona 500, this was one of the first cars that like had a whole tire come off and got the penalty for that. So like I said, they only did like 4 or 5 races the entire season with this car, so I don't think they really cared about getting penalized for a few races, but this is definitely one of those diecasts that's going to be really like memorable and unique down the road. Like 10 years from now, it's going to be like, who is Kaz Grala and what is this team? I mean, hopefully Kaz Grala does something, because Kaz Grala's really never done a whole lot with his career. This is only like the second Kaz Grala diecast we've ever gotten, I think. We got his first truck when made, the, you know, olive oil truck, and then I'm pretty sure this is the only other one that's ever been produced. If you want this car as a brand new release, you can get it right now. This car is already getting a little bit rare. The 164 scale already got rare, and I wouldn't be surprised if the 124 follows. So I'd say pick this one up soon if you want one. Remember, for all of your diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. So go check that out if you want anything. But I think pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Kaz Grala's Pit Viper Chevy for the Money Team for 2022. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.